So a lot of us are probably using like Google Slides, Slides Mania, Slides Go. What else is out there for slide presentations? Teacher Pay Teachers has that one.
So Canva has slide presentations?
Yes, yes it does, and then some. So I'm gonna, yeah, I think I can start, right? Ready to record. He's sneaky, he's already recording. You see? Told you. You're on. Okay, is everybody in Canva? So the tabs that will be beneficial to have across the top will be your Canva account with, make sure it says educator. Like I said, I don't know what the process is going to be or how long it's going to take for us to be in the CCISD Team Pro account. But if you've verified your account as an educator, it is free. All you got to do is get verified. So everyone should have the verified account anyway, where it's free.
Mary, once they're in the, we're all in the CCISD team, like even the teachers and stuff, they'll have access to it.
I think that's just going to be for the global part of it, and then we'll be able to break apart from there.
Unless you share with specific people on your project team,
Yeah.
that's the only way that they'll be able to
Right.
edit. Yes.
And it may not even be a folder. It'll probably be something that you can create on
Yeah.
your own. Yeah. But I still, like I said, it's so new that I don't know how the process is going to look. But as long as you're in as an educator, then you get everything for free. Yeah. And it's really intuitive. It's very user friendly. There's a lot of things in there. There's a couple of tips that I'll share with you guys that y'all probably already know. But I'm going to just go over the presentation for the sake of it being recorded, and in case anyone that doesn't know anything about Canva, they get the steps in the process, the navigation. So my name is Rene Cavazos. I'm with the Office of Instructional Technology. I'm really excited to share with you guys some of the things that Canva has to offer, not only for us as designers for presentations, but what teachers can do with it. Like I said earlier, not only can teachers create presentations or create graphics or create lessons and activities, they're able to print these things too. So if they don't want this to be a digital resource for students, they can easily print that and the students can go in there and they can start marking it up. What's really neat about this is there's a lot of lessons already in here that teachers can take advantage of. I can think of like the first grading period, the first 6 weeks, first day of school, and all about me, right? That's the very first thing that an activity that teachers do. So there's an all about me and templates, lots of templates in there. So if you go in and you search all about me, you're going to get a variety of templates that Canva already has for you to use. So we're going to create, we're going to design, we're going to be designers today, we're all going to be pros. So where are you? And you can just write this down. Did y'all get a piece of paper, little notes? We have some notes. Write down some notes. If you already know, great. If not, ask questions. I'm happy to answer. And then alongside me presenting, I have
Hi everybody, I'm Erica Garcia Vela. If you don't already know me, I work with the Office of Special Education in the area of early childhood. I also partner with pre-K.
awesome. So she is my facilitator for today. And if y'all have any questions, she is here and happy to help. Okay, so based on this little snack scale, where are you with Canva? On your little piece of paper, you can write down your one word. Are you a banana? Are you a pretzel? Are you coffee? Are you chocolate? Are you this dip? Or are you popcorn? And that's what all that means. So if you are bananas, you're going bananas for Canva. It's like your first time. I can't wait to hear all about it. You kind of twisted your way through Canva. You don't really get it as well. You're caffeinated. You're ready to go. Or you're ready for lunch. You've tried one thing in Canva, but you're ready for some more. You're ready for the latest scoop, and I will tell you right now, AI has blown up like crazy, so we're not with it with AI. We got to get with it because it's here. And they have infused a lot of AI magic recommendations into Canva. So if you just type in one word, if you have one thought, it's going to design everything for you pretty much. That's just the way it's going. It's crazy. Or are you popping with experience? Like I have a couple of people in here that are ready. They love Canva. They use it, so that's wonderful. So just write your one word down. Today's agenda, how to get started with Canva. As you know, we are all educators. If you didn't know that, we're all educators. So we're all going to get the free version. We all get the free version and the pro account. So make sure that when you log in, you're logging in with CCISD, like I said earlier, because it has been approved. I don't know what the process is, if we're going to have to log in a different way. I don't think a different way, but if there's another step that we may have to take to make sure that we're in the pro account, we will get that information to you. But for now, you are safe if you log in with CCISD, authenticate credentials, and then you should have pro features. And then we're going to build together, and then of course there is an abundance of resources that we have to share with you as well. In the presentation, go back and you can search through all that. The presentation is built so that if someone wanted to go back and look at some granular information, it is there for you, ready to go. But we're going to try to do everything hands-on today. Okay? Ready to rock?
Yep.
Ready to roll? So what's Canva for Education? As you know, it's already a huge plus for teachers to design and build or create in Canva because it's visually appealing. It is a huge communication platform where you can use free graphics, free photos, free elements, free editing tools from over 70,000 different presentations that they already have made for you. And the best part too is if a teacher wanted to turn around and have students maybe self-reflect or turn something in, they could create and design as well. We're not there yet though, but we're going to get there. Of course, the editing tools, if you don't already know, Canva also has video editing. So if you create a video like a Loom presentation, or if you have a presentation that you want to piece make and upload or bring in, there are some editing tools that you can put in there, and then you can download that as a GIF or a GIF, and then that just loops through your presentation. So sometimes you'll see presentations like this, and then this is going on at the same time. Do you ever wonder how they do that? That's just a GIF. But Canva will allow you to build that in the presentation at the same time, instead of doing it separate. Before, I used to have to go to Loom, create my video, edit the video, download the video, and then upload it into my presentation. And now this allows you to do it easily inside Canva. Have y'all done that before? It's really cool. Any questions? Are we good? Yes? Awesome. You're ready to build, huh? So we're all going to be pros today. I'm just telling you, that's how user-friendly, that's how intuitive Canva is. The language is the same. If you're used to using layers, grouping, photos, images, PNG, GIFs, all that language that we use with slides or anything that we're using, it's pretty much going to be the same thing in Canva. So we'll be pros today. Again, 100% free for all educators. And what's included are going to be basically whenever you're in Canva and you're adding any elements or templates, if you see a little crown, that is a pro feature, and we have access to all of those. So anytime, woohoo! I know, it's awesome. The fonts, I use Cricut a lot, and so I have to pay for all my fonts. And so when I became a Canva for Educator user, I was like, oh my God, I have to pay for any more fonts. This is so cool, because they're all free. And then this page right here, if you go back to the presentation, those are all links. So what's really neat about this is if this does appear in the hands of students, anything that you put in here, let's just say we create an infographic, a student creates an infographic and links everything here, it then relates to Multimedia Fair, because then they can submit that for Multimedia Fair as a digital poster or a digital presentation or a movie. Or so all of the elements, all of the categories that we try to get students to submit for that purpose, they can create that here very easily. So anything from presentations all the way to cell activities are all included, and much more. If you didn't think I was saying much more, look at how much more. And then it just keeps growing. There's so much. Oh yeah, and then all of the photos. So if you have your pictures, you want to upload your pictures, we have unlimited space. So you can upload all your photos, you can create your own movie. If there's an event that you're taking pictures of, upload all those photos in there, and then you can add them all to your pages or to a movie or presentation. And if you need photos, you don't have to go to Google, because they're all in Canva. Majority of them are in Canva. And you get to edit them. Pretty cool. All right, so now what we're going to do before we start building together, this is a page that I would like for you guys to refer back to, because these are the font choices that you want to be very well aware of, that when you're creating or designing for students, We have a lot of kids with different learning needs, right? So on your notes, if you want to write these down, you can. All of the sans and all the serif, all these right here are really good on the eyes and easy to read, okay? These are the good fonts to use. It also, again, depends on what font you're using. For print, for web or screen would be a 16 point, and for presentation, stay between 18 and 24. Those are ideal font sizes. So if you're putting a lot of font, a lot of text in your presentation, you might want to break it up because it's going to be too much. So always think about that. Can I read it clearly? I may be able to read it, but can a person with eyesight impairments, will they be able to read it clearly? So these are good ones. These are good recommendations. And if you want more granular information on typography, there's a link right there, and it gives you everything. These are just a few. Because talk about contrast and saturation and all that good stuff. I'm like, oh my God, it's a lot. All right, so now what we're going to do, these are the steps that we're going to follow. So we're going to all go to the home page. Let's toggle back to your Canva home page, and we're going to build together. Now, my first session, I probably went really fast. My second session, I went just a little bit fast. So I'm going to go a little bit slower for you guys, just because I may have gone too fast earlier. But y'all let me know. Y'all won't hurt my feelings, I promise. Okay, so we're going to be on the home page of Canva. So just the dashboard. When you're in your dashboard, just a couple of things to look at is when you're here, you want to make sure, like we said earlier, that you're an education account. And this may change, it may not, after we get all authenticated through actual Canva. And we may have to do a join your school, but don't do that yet because I don't know yet. So we may have to do that step. But you have your home, you have your projects, you have your templates, and you have your brand hub. Then you also have invite members, all that good stuff, and then you can trash stuff. You also have where you can customize sizes and upload pictures directly from the dashboard. And then you have all of your recommendations here of things that you can create. Or you can just say, I'm going to create a design, right? And it start right there from the very top. I didn't talk about this earlier with the other team. But if you click on account settings, just so that you can look and you're aware, you can add your picture if you want to. If you scroll down here, you also have themes. So those of us that need accessibility for even our eyes, you have that there as well. You have these accessibility options. These are all new, okay? So I haven't really played with them, but I turned them on. I was like, it's not gonna hurt to turn them on. So I turned them all on. So just in your settings, you have accessibility. You turn in, and you can come over here and you can turn those on. If you have a video and you're talking in the video, your captions will pop up. So that's pretty cool. Okay? And I also had turned this on, but I turned it off because it started getting annoying because I wanted to download everything to my desktop. I was like, no, just keep it all web-based. So you want to keep it all web-based, just leave it off. So don't turn that part on. If you turn it on, it's always going to give you a notification. Okay? Are we good? Thumbs up? Yay! All right. I'm going to come back to my home page. If you want to go back to your home page, just click on Canva. It takes you right back to your dashboard. And then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth one, I'm just going to show you the brand hub. And basically what the brand hub is an opportunity for you to create styles. Okay? When I create presentations, I take forever to find a font, to find the size, to find the color palette that I want to use, what theme do I want. Canva has made it a lot easier for me, but then sometimes my OCD will kick in, and I'm like, no, I want this color, I want this color. Oh, no, but I like this font. Oh, but this font's cool too. So then, and to avoid doing all that, I'll create a style, which is under Brand Kit, and then this way I don't forget what style, fonts, and colors I liked. So you're basically creating a color palette with fonts, okay? So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna do that, and we're gonna add a logo to it. I have a lot of them just because. So what I want us to do is make sure you're in Brand Kit. Is everyone here? And if you have some, great. If you don't, we're gonna create one today. All right, at the very top, right there where it says Add New, everyone click on that. And then today you can call this whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call mine EdTech. EdTech to the third power. Create. So as soon as, and of course you can always go back and change it to whatever you want. A couple of things that we're going to do, it gives you, what's really neat about anytime you create a brand kit, it gives you a little checklist of things that you can do after you create the brand kit. So we're just going to do it. We're going to scroll down. The very first one that you'll see is logos. We're going to skip logos because we're going to come back and add a logo, okay? Right now we're starting from scratch. So right here where it says colors, think of your favorite colors. Now, if I were to do this with my students at the very beginning of the year, we would do this all together. I would do like some type of a Google form, and we would fill out the Google form so I can get everyone's rankings and everyone's responses. So right now we're all just going to do it together, but that's just an idea for teachers to do if they wanted to create something together. So think of your favorite colors. Like right now my favorite color is pink. I'm going to go, as soon as you hit that plus sign, you're going to get all the colors of the rainbow will pop up here. And so you can kind of just move it and decide what color you want. If you already know the color code, the hex code, you can copy paste the hex code in here and it gives you the color that you want if you already know it. But if you're just coming, you're customizing, making it your own, you can do that. So this is the pink that I want. Let's go on ahead and add 4 colors. We're going to make our own color palette, okay? Another color that I like to use a lot is purple. Oh, look, there it is. So again, if it's not the perfect shade that you want, you can move that around until you get to it. And then another color that I like right now is teal. So I'll move that. And then the last one, I'm going to choose different. Let me see. I'm going to go with, let's go for the gold. Let's go for bananas. Yeah. Let's go bananas. Woohoo! Go banana. Just saying. Go team. Okay. Now, if you're one that's like, ugh, I don't want to pick a color. This is like too stressful. Oh my God, I can't do it. That's okay. Because guess what? If I come here to where it says add new, look what it says right there. Add palette. Hey, what's your favorite color? My favorite color is blue. Well, guess what it's going to do? It'll give you a variety of blue palettes. So you can come in here and you can choose a palette that you like. So I'm feeling blue. You know what? I like this Nightfall Ambience. I'm going to add that one too. So you can add color palettes that they've already grouped them together. You don't have to go do the research. It's already there ready to go. Pretty cool, right? So if you like pinks, purples, teals, it'll make a palette for you. Side note, on your paper, if you want to write this website down, it's called Coolers, C-O-O-L-E-R-Z. That one is another one that you can go to, and it creates colors for you, color palettes. So if there's another one that you want, you can go to that one. Y'all like it? All right. Next up is what? Fonts. Lots and lots of fonts. So if you think of a title, we're going to look for title first. So when you edit this one and you're looking for a font, you want to make sure that the title is always going to be what? Big letters, right? So here you can type in the search, I want a handwriting font, or I want the sans serif font, or I want calligraphy fonts. So you can filter the type of fonts that you want. So if I come in here and I say, let's see, because look, it's going to take me forever. No. I can come in here and I can say, I need Open Sans. They have dyslexic fonts in here too, which is really cool. You just type dyslexic and all the dyslexic fonts pop up. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say, okay, these are all great. I think I'm going to go with Brick Sans. That's a good one. So Brick Sans will be my title. So you can choose one, whichever one you want. Again, just remember, it has to be clear and readable for students. It just depends who your audience is as well, or what you're designing for. Or sometimes I'll just put fonts in there because I don't want to forget the names of them because there's so many that I like. And then my subtitle, I can come over here and I can say I want I'm going to do Architect's Daughter. That's a good one. And then for my heading, I'm going to do Zing Sans Rust. And did you notice that when I chose that one, like when you choose a font, if there's a little crown beside it, that's a pro feature. And we have access to those. And then for my subheading, I'll just do sailors. I like that one. And so you don't have to do all of them. But for my quote, the one that I'm really liking right now is apricots, because that's cursive. It's really pretty. And then there's also caption. So again, you can just throw fonts in here that you like, that match that color palette, or that are going to match that theme or that logo that you create. So it's just a reference, a point of reference. So you're creating a brand, okay? I'll give you a couple more seconds. I got them? They're still playing? There's so many, I know. You can do that all day. And then it looks different also. So once these are not set in stone, guys. These are just some that you like for right now. You're going to change your mind in 30 seconds, I promise you. You're going to change your mind because you're going to want to change it to something else. And that's okay. So now that you're done, you created this little kit. Let's go back to the brand hub and look where it's at. You see it right there? It should be on your brand hub page now. So that's where you'll access that. And the way you would put it in a page or in a project in Canva, it's going to be under styles, but we'll go through that in a second. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go on ahead and create a design. Do you see where it says create a design at the very top? You can create a design from the home page or from wherever you see create a design. So I'm going to just create it right here. Okay? So right there where it says create a design, tap on that or click on that. And then if you don't see the word logo, you can type the word logo, because we're going to create a logo. We're all going to create a logo real quick, just so you can see how all that plays together. Y'all see it? Okay, hit enter. Choose it and hit enter. Now, what's going to happen on the left-hand side is it's going to give you a variety of templates that are already created that you get to choose from, okay? So if there is a topic or there's a title or there's something that you have in mind that maybe you want to create a logo for sports, for nature, for animals, for reading, for math, for science, whatever, type that word in your logo. I'm going to create one for science today. Maybe STEM or STEAM. I'll do that one. So I'm going to just kind of choose. Even if before I even click on science, guys, I forgot to show y'all, but if I exit out of there, look what it gives me over here. Templates, logo, circle, food, flower, all the way through. So there's already a lot of filters that you can filter through. You can also filter through here, and if you scroll down, you can say I want a specific color logo. Maybe because pink's my favorite color, maybe I want something in pink. But then maybe I also want something, and I'll choose that. Look, there's choose a language now too. I'm telling you, they're adding so much to Canva. Right now, you're able to upload documents. This is just one tip I'm going to give you. You can upload a document, and it translates the whole thing for you and the language that you choose. And you can choose from over like 80 or 100 languages. It's crazy. And it does it like in seconds. It's amazing. So then you can choose that, or you can just say, no, I don't want any colors, clear all. If I tap on styles, here's the brand that I just created. Here are all my brands. So if I ever want to remember what font I used or what color palette I had, if you click on styles, they're already all there for you. Okay? So did y'all pick a logo? Templates. Let's see, which one do I want? I want something fun. I'll do this one. All right, so now that I'm here in my logo, I just picked this one. It says Wild Indigo, Skincare and Beauty. Of course, I can come in here and I can edit all that. But if I want this to be the style that I just created from that brand kit, I'm going to click on Styles, and then I'm going to choose, I think it defaulted, this one. And I want that color palette. So as long as I keep tapping that color palette, the only thing that it's changing is the color of the text and the stars, because it has a gradient background, I guess. So if you do that, it also applies the colors that you already chose. So that's just one way. You don't have to choose those colors. I'm just saying you can, because there's a lot of ways to do it. All right. So right here where it says Wild Indigo, or if you have a picture or whatever, you can add your picture to your logo. Maybe I should have picked a different design, because that's not a very good design. Let me come back to templates. I want something with an image. So I can show you to switch out. Let's do this one. Oh, this one's fun, because it's a game. All right, so if I want to switch that one out, I can delete that image, right? And then click on Elements, because I want to replace that image. Now look what happens when I go to Elements, guys. You see this graphics right there? What do you think these graphics are related to? The logo I just chose, right? So you have options to switch them out. So it kind of aligns with the theme that you chose. So maybe if I want to add that, I can add that to it. So free for all. Go on ahead and design, add your stuff, resize, rename, add your text, change the text. Right now, when you add an element, what does it do? It also layers. So if I want to have access to, see, I'm trying to grab the text. I can't grab the text because it's behind this image. So I need to select the text. I need to do a right click, and I need to make sure I bring it to the front. Line, where are you? Or let me just send this to the back. So do you see how you select an element? And then you're going to right click, and do you see the word layer? Do you see that word layer? I can send that to the back because I don't want that to be in the front. So I'm going to send it to the back. And then I'm going to grab my text. Ooh, not letting me move my text. Still not letting me move the text. It's making me look like a liar. Okay, let's put it like this. And then you can rename this. I'm going to say gaming is cool. Gaming. And then if this is too small, you can also resize just by dragging and dropping. I'm telling you, you can spend the whole day doing this. Are y'all liking it? Okay, so you can drag and drop like this, resize, guys. You see what I'm doing? I can do that. Or I can come over here and I can make it bigger like this. So here's my font size. And this is Arcade Gamer. If I don't want Arcade Gamer and I maybe want to use the 8-bit, I think it's called Game Station Condensed, I can do that one. So you can change your fonts. So whenever you change the fonts also, if I'm on a font and I come over here to effects, to this one right here where it says spacing, do y'all see that? And this is for any font, guys. It doesn't matter what style it is. But I'm going to select the spacing, and I can say the letter spacing, I need it to be tighter, so it brings it in. Or maybe I want it to be a little bit more loose, and I want it to take up the whole page. So you can do that also. You can also say if I want this part to be animated, or if I want to add an effect to it. Right now it has the neon effect. Do y'all see how it's already highlighted? And this is, it says neon here. I can switch it to glitch, or I can switch it to this, or I can switch it to that. There's a lot that you can do with it. So if I switch the style of the font, know that the style, like whatever outline, the outline here is what color? It's like that purple, right? Well, I don't want it to be purple. Maybe I want it to be blue. So if I tap on that color and I say I want this one because that's the document color, it changes it. You can also change the thickness, or you can make it a little bit more thinner. And then you also have, but maybe I don't want that to be pink because this is my font and it's already pink. I can change that color to white. So there's two different colors whenever you're in effects. Did y'all see that? Because that was when you're in effects. So if I choose a font and I'm in effects and you do this one, there's a color here and then there's a color there. So this is going to be the effect of the style, and then that's going to be the color of the font. Does that make sense? So if I chose like shadow, shadow has a direction, it has an offset. So I can make it offset a different, you see how it does that? And then I can change the color here as well. So you can change the direction, the offset. So those are just little tidbits. So when you're designing, you're adding text, you can change all that too. Do y'all like it? Pretty cool, right? So that's all about text. If I come to elements, like I said earlier, elements are going to give you the graphics that kind of go with that theme, but I can also search for game. And then these are all the things that will pop up. So maybe I want that. And maybe I want this little game, this little controller to animate, right? Maybe I need that controller to animate. So if I'm here and I go to animate, these are all the different things that it can do. It can rise, pan, fade, pop. These are all the basic animations. And then it also has all the exaggerations that it can do. Just like PowerPoint and slides have all the animations, the same thing. But I'm going to just leave it like that because I'm going to print this. Now, if I print this, do all the animations come out on print? If I print a logo with animation, will the animation appear? No. So animation is only going to work when it's web on the website, right, or if it's digital. But I just wanted to show y'all just so y'all can see where that comes from. Also earlier, whenever you're in Elements, just so you know, when you're in Elements, and if I search games or game, look at the very top where it says graphic, photos, videos. If I do a video, videos usually have like those backgrounds, or if I do photos, they have like those backgrounds, but look at that controller. It's pretty cool, right? Like this controller looks like it should go better with this one. So I'm going to remove this one, and I'm going to insert that, but I don't want that background. And that's a photo. So there's a difference. There's graphics and there's photos. So on the photo, I don't want the background, but I want the image. So it's already selected. Y'all ready for this? Okay. I'm going to go to edit the photo. And what do you think I'm going to do? Remove the background. So, oh, and there's Magic Eraser. That's new. So y'all play with that one too. Remove the background and look what it does.
Okay. So
Pretty
you do
cool.
that when you upload your own photos?
Yes. You want me to show you?
I'm showing because I have it already here. Ready.
Okay.
I need this black gone.
Check this out. I'm going to make a white background so you can see. Uploads. So, okay, so look, I know these are just pictures of me. These are selfies that I take of myself. I'm just crazy, right? We're all crazy like that. So I'm going to put that picture in there. But I don't want you to see that I'm in my car, right? So I'm going to edit the photo, remove background, and 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. And there. So now everything in the back is removed. If it didn't pick up everything, you can still adjust right here. And then you can auto adjust it. You can do all these different things here. Let me go back to effects. I think that if I go back to this, it's going to give me like, you see how it gives it to me this way? And then I get to say erase. Maybe, yeah, go, and then I can erase more parts. You see, I can erase, like, maybe cut my hair like that. I don't know, but you can erase parts of it. Pretty cool, right? And those are going to be in your uploads. I also mentioned that when you come to uploads, look what, is also here in uploads. Not only can you upload your own images, videos, and audio, but you can also record yourself. So if you needed to do a how-to video within your presentation, you're able to do that now too. Let me delete that. We also did, if I come into, where were we? Oh, uploads. No, I'm not going to show y'all that. No, I'm not. I'm going to stay away from it. I'll come back to it in a minute.
Something cool too that I've seen whenever you upload something, if there's like certain colors in the
Yes.
images you upload,
Yes.
then it picks up those colors and you can apply that to the fonts. So that
Yes.
it's color matched exactly.
Yeah, so what she's saying is this. So like if I pick up, these are photos though. Let me get a graphic. Let me get a graphic so I can show you that. So I'm going to add this. Do you see this little controller that I just added? There's a lot of colors in here, but maybe I want the word game to be in yellow and I want it to be this yellow. If I come over here to this yellow, it's right there. So all of the photos, you see photo colors, see all. I didn't pick it up for this one. But you can actually click on it, or guys, this is even better right here. If I come back to the top where it says plus, you'll see that plus right there? I can use this little picker. You'll see the picker at the bottom? And I can hover over a color. So that picker is now in Canva, and it's also in Google Slides now. So when you're in Google Slides and you want to color from a graphic or a photo, you can use the picker and it gives you the hex code. It's pretty cool.
Do you know how to change the shape of an image? Like, let's say you want to make a picture, the outline of a star. Like, I know they have the shape. Is it the framed? I still can't.
If you do a frame, you'll have to duplicate the frame and do one color and then do the one on top the color that you want. But there's also shapes.
Because I've seen the shape. It has like
yeah.
a little landscape picture in the background, but how do I flip-flop it?
Yeah, so if you want to do a landscape or or you want to do something a little bit more rectangular, you can't use the frames because the frames are set to one size. But I'll show you how to do the shapes in a second. Yeah. All right, so now that we have our logo, do y'all have your logo? Are y'all good? Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to download it. And it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Look at mine's all crazy. Like I'm having like OCD I'm like going nuts because I'm under pressure here. All right, let me put that in the center. Okay, so here's my logo. It's all offset, but that's okay. I'm going to come over here to share at the very top. And we're going to download the logo because then we need to upload it, okay, for our brand. I'm going to scroll down until I see the word what? Download. Okay, this is just a logo, so look at what you can do with it. Depending on what elements and what effects, animation, and all that stuff that you do to your logo, it's going to give you options. It'll give you, I can download this as a JPEG, a PNG, a PDF. There's all those different file formats. It also gives you a GIF. So if you do the GIF, it's because there's animation and you want it to loop. So you can do like a little movie, okay? So for the sake of this one, I'm just going to say PNG. I just wanted an image. So then you're going to say download. That's going to download. It's going to come down to my computer. And there it is. Do y'all see it? Okay. Now what I want you to do is go back to your home page. Everyone go back to your home page. Did everyone download a logo? Just a pretend one. It doesn't matter. You downloaded one? Hopefully you did. If not, it's okay. Just watch. Come over here to Brand Hub. Brandy. You're going to come down to the one that you just created right here. I have a lot of them. It's going to come there. And because I downloaded and it's right here on the bottom, I can drag and drop, or you can just select here, and then you can choose your image. And now you have that logo. That matches your color palette, that matches your fonts, and all that good stuff. Any questions? Do you like it? There's a lot that it has to offer. All right. So now what I want you to do, your task, is to go back to the home page, because there's so much. There's just no way we're going to get to all of it. I'm going to just click on Canva. Go back to your home page. Everyone here? On home. Create. Everyone's going to create a design. And I want everyone to select presentation. This is not the only way to get to a presentation because you can click on presentations there. But I'm going to click on presentations here. Now, when you're here, look at Magic Design. How awesome is that? Oh, I love it. Get out of it. Okay, so you're in your presentations. Here are all the results for presentations. Lots of them, okay? Choose a template. Templates, layout, styles. Choose a template that you like. If there is something in here that you're like, oh my God, this is too much. I just need something for reading. Type the word reading. I just need something for music. Type music. I just need something for whatever, XYZ. Type that in the search and see what pops up. If you don't like those options, then go back to all and search through the millions of presentations that are there. It doesn't have to be that. If you like this, but it doesn't say reading, well, guess what? You can add reading. So you can customize it. It doesn't matter. What matters is the graphic, right? The font and the colors. So what is appealing? Does it match? Is it cohesive? Does it align with what you're trying to create? Because all of this is editable, all of it. I'm gonna pick this one. And I like that because maybe I'm gonna do a vocabulary presentation for my students. I'm gonna give them a picture and the definition and then the Freyer model. You know what I mean? Like, you have to think that way. You have to think of who is your audience and what do you want to do with the information and how do you want it to look. So does this template kind of meet the needs that I want? Yeah, it does. And if I go even further down, it's going to give you the color palette and it's going to give you the fonts that it uses for this template. And I like all the pages because they already have all different graphics, kind of like when you go to Slides Mania. The same way, I'm going to say apply all 12 pages. So now I have every page down here at the bottom. With every page, you are able to, if I collapse that, the very bottom, you see how I collapsed it? So you can bring it back up and you have all of your thumbnails here, or you can collapse them and see your thumbnails like this. If you want it to be more granular and get more collateral on your space, you can zoom. I'm going to move that. So you can zoom here if you want, just so you can get more. You can also hide your bookmarks if you want to do that. And then start adding your content. Keep the font, add your content. So add a couple of pieces. Add like a welcome, agenda, first topic, second topic, third topic. Just add something. So pick a presentation, build something really quickly. We're here till what time?
12:25.
Okay. Let's do that for like 3 minutes. Can y'all do that in 3 minutes? Of course you can. Of course you can. We build presentations all the time. Something quick. So sometimes when you're looking through presentations, I'll look through all of them, and sometimes they'll give you like a resource page of all the images that they've used, which is pretty cool. I like that. And then sometimes you'll see some presentations that if I'm in present mode, I'm going to apply all these real quick. Let me see if it works on this one. No. I'm going to get that sheet for y'all. There's some letters that you press. Like if you press the letter D, then drums come up and it's a drum roll. If you press the letter C, it does confetti. If you there's some shortcuts, but it's not in all of them. But I'll find the shortcuts for us, and I'll share those with you because they're really fun. There's like a clap. There's a shh. There's different signals that you can send to your audience. All right. So if I'm in my presentation and I want to add graphics to my presentation, what do I select? On the left-hand side, what do we press? Elements. From elements, when you're here, you have lines and shapes, you have graphics, and what you were asking about earlier is if I want like a background right there where it says a letter for my future self, and I want that to kind of stand out, I'm going to add a square, right? You would typically just add a square to enhance it. So I'm going to just add this one, a square. Maybe. There it is. Delete. Oh my goodness. That's not working. It's like frozen. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to resize that. And what I like about this is, do you see how it gives you the size in the center right here? And it also gives it to you on the, like to resize right here. But if I want this to have a border, I can come over here to my border styles, give it that line and give it that thickness of whatever color I want. If I select the color, and like what she was saying earlier, here are all the colors of the photos that are in this picture. So maybe if I want this color, like that's going to be the fill, right? I don't want the fill. I actually want the border color. The fill is going to be transparent, so I'm going to choose no color. But my border color is going to be that brown. And then maybe I need that to be a little bit thicker, so I'm going to go here. And so now I get to resize and I get to move it. So there's little arrows right there will allow you to move it. But if you do want it filled, you can add color right here. If you want it filled like this color gray, and then I would have to go layer, right? Because that's in front of the text box. So I'm going to have to do what? Send backward, and then send backward again, because there's several layers. Does that make sense? If I only want that shape to move, you hold this shift down, and you're able to move this around. So shift is your best friend in Canva. So select, shift, and move it. Because what happens is when you move one thing, it starts moving other things also, and that's frustrating. If you want to group stuff together, like you want this box grouped with the letters, this is an image. Do y'all see how that word my is an image? I'm going to tap on image. I'm going to hold shift down, and I'm also going to click on a letter for my future self, which is the text. And I'm also going to select, it's not letting me select the one in the back. Let me do right click and group it. And so now this is together, right? But I need it to be together with that also. So this is what I do. You ready to see what I do? So I'm going to come over here outside the box. I'm going to click, drag until it selects it all. And it's going to select that. So I'm going to hit shift. Undo. Ew. Do it again. Sorry. And that happens too. So anyway, the whole point is you can right click and group them. And then you can move the whole thing together. So shift, click, click, and then right click, group. And then whenever you do the right click, I know this is really precise. Like if I want to group this one and I want to group that one, you have to make sure that when you do the right click, sometimes the group won't pop up. It won't be an option because you're not clicking on the actual frame. So it has to stay selected. If it doesn't stay selected, you have to keep doing it over and over again. That's just a little tip. And then I really like that when you're in the presentation, look how it gives you the graphics that it has to offer, which are all cohesive with the template. So there's more to choose from. And like I said earlier, you're also going to have some recommendations back here. So you can always copy paste those, just like you would in a Google slide. All right, so the last part. Once you have your presentation set, you have everything the way you want. You have all your content, you have your design, you have your template, you have your animation, you have effects, all that good stuff. You're going to want to maybe share this with some teachers, or maybe you want to put this in the IGs, right? But Canva is a link, and it's kind of not intuitive, but we're very familiar with Google Slides, right? So we can then download this presentation and upload it as a Google slide. So that's what I'm going to show you next, because this is what's really, really important. And everything that you created in Canva will download into slides. Some stuff may change, maybe some of the fonts, if they don't have it in slides, it'll change it, substitute it for something else, but then you'll have to make that edit in Google Slides, okay? So I want you guys to come to your presentation, tap on the word share at the very top right corner, and then you're going to scroll all the way down until you see the word more. Scroll all the way down until you see the word Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay? So share, more, PowerPoint.
Under save,
Under share,
it's share, but as I'm scrolling down, it's under the,
more,
So like, she's talking about categories, once you click share, there's share, there's
Mhm.
social,
Let me go back.
there's save.
so you go share, right? And then you're going to scroll all the way past the download, scroll, 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 and then you see the word more.
right, but I
Right,
hit
Oh.
more.
More, and then you're going to scroll, scroll, scroll.
So you have
Right, I
categories,
know,
so
that's
there's
social.
social.
Keep going, it's under save.
So see at the top there, on the left it says share, and then if you keep going, the next one down is social,
Uh-huh.
So
and then the next one down is save.
And that's what PowerPoint is at, right.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And then you're going to go to PowerPoint. Yes. I thought you were teaching me something. I was like, oh, what? I thought you were saying you can do it this way too. I was like, oh, is it up there closer? But you know what? I think Google Slides is going to be an option soon, so that you skip this part. But this is the workaround. This is the hack, okay? So Microsoft PowerPoint. And then what's really neat about this is if you don't want all the pages, you can customize the pages you want downloaded. I'm going to just say all of them, right? And I'm going to say, yes, all the pages, hit done, and then download. When you hit done, you also have to hit download. I've done that before. I hit done, I'm like waiting. And I'm like, why isn't it downloading? Duh, I didn't hit download. You hit done, you think you're downloading. Anyway, yes,
Okay, so it downloaded to PowerPoint,
okay.
and okay, how do we transfer it to
Yeah,
Live? To PowerPoint Live? It's on PowerPoint already, but it doesn't open.
It-
So do I have to
that's your
go to
desktop
Microsoft?
version, so go to Microsoft 365 and then bring it in. All right, so now what I want you guys to do is, so notice how it says untitled presentation. I have a lot of those. Make sure you name your presentation so that it's named. Now toggle to your Google Drive, okay? Go to your Google Drive now. And then you're going to go to New, File Upload, choose your presentation, select Open, to your downloads. It depends. Depends where you save it. Sometimes some people save it to a folder. So now that I have it here downloaded, I'm going to just select it to open it, and it is now in slides. Now, some parts, like I said, may be a little different. You have to go back in there and adjust, but now you can share this with teachers. You can add more stuff to it if you're more comfortable in slides. What's really neat about this is I'm going to show you when a teacher designs and creates this, and it's very appealing, very nice for kids, you want to make sure that you put this in a platform where kids can actually access this and respond to it, right? So when you go to your drive, it has to be in this view for some reason. It just has to be in this view. You come to the three dots right here, and you're going to go open with. You have Lumio and Nearpod there. So I can turn this presentation into a Lumio, or I can turn it into a Nearpod. Now what's really neat about this is all these text boxes, Immersive Reader will pick it up in Nearpod. So if you have a lot of text for kids to have to listen to, they'll be able to take advantage of that immersive reader. So that's what's really neat about that. Lumio isn't there yet. Lumio still picks this up as a screenshot. It doesn't pick it up as a text box. So any slide presentation that you transfer to Lumio is still just an image. Unless you're building in Lumio with the native tools in Lumio, then the immersive reader works. So engineers right now are currently working on that transition. Nearpod is beating Lumio on that part right now. So just so you know, FYI. It should work by the end of summer because they're working on it.
Mary,
Yes.
my very smart colleague over here said, what happens if we do this? And so we did it. You can go from Canva to Google Slides without going to PowerPoint.
Nice.
Go to the drive.
Okay. Does it go to a folder?
It'll
If you
ask you
click
where
on
you want it.
save,
Uh-huh.
instead of clicking on Microsoft PowerPoint, if you'll click on Google Drive.
Oh,
it'll
in
then
that
ask
section.
you how you want to save it again. So
There
then
you go.
Click PowerPoint and then it goes right there and then you can open
Then
video or slides.
I'm telling you, they are making so many, because that was the workaround, the hack before, and I hadn't tried it since. So I am so glad that you tried it.
It just saves a few steps.
It does, instead of having to do the double clicks.
You still go to more.
Uh-huh.
Then go to save, click Google Drive,
and like,
and then pick wherever you want to put it.
Oh, got too much in there. I don't know. Let's put it in there. Sure.
And then wait
where's
on
the
file
PNG?
type. Click your PowerPoint. And then however many pages you want to share.
Uh-huh. Okay, let's see how that looks.
And it'll tell you like you want to open in Google or something after it's done.
Another way. That's good. What's really good about the PowerPoint too is if we want to do the PowerPoint live, that's going to be a really good option as well. I like that. Awesome.
Options are good.
I love that it does this too. It gives you a little
See right there,
quote.
View in Google Drive and then we'll open it.
Okay, so this is the part. So, okay, I'm glad this is happening. So do you see how this one right here says PPTX? And the one that I had earlier doesn't have it? So that's the only difference. I'm glad we did it because then you can go File and then Open in Slides. No, it should say Slides, like the Open With, and then that changes it. So you can still do it that way, but then just make sure if you want it in full slides, Open in Slides. Yeah.
So the way that I did it was instead of clicking the link to open in Google Drive, I
Mm-hmm.
just went to my Google Drive. It sits there as a PowerPoint, and then when I click on it, it lets me have those
Open
options
in.
for if I want Lumio or whatever.
Yeah. And you have to be in your list view for the 3 dots for the more options. Yeah. Yeah. I know, it's crazy. There's just so much. But do y'all have any questions for me? You guys are tired.
No, I just now want to like go design.
Any comments? Is there anything that you're like, okay, she also needs to add this to the presentation? Because I'm telling you, you guys are like the first people I present this to. So do I need to add more stuff to it? More time to play? Maybe give them, I don't know,
How long are you planning to, like still another hour?
like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour.
To
Yeah.
me, the access to the pro features is the best
that
part of
just
the whole
awesome?
presentation because I've played in Canva a lot, but I've always been very limited to what I can do.
Yes. Yeah. And so now that you have access to all that, I just play with the animate. And if you guys have this on the home page, this is the last thing I'll tell you. If you guys have this on the home page, do y'all have the part where it says all the AI? Did y'all see that?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you have that part, this board's not working the way I want it to work. If you have all the try this, here's the event. They did a huge event. They just launched it with all the AI and magic recommendations, magic eraser, all that good stuff. Go back in there and play with that just so that you can see what else it has to offer.
It's where, Mary?
It's on the home page. It's just not popping up for me. And I don't know why.
Erica shared with us that I think you should include.
Yes.
How to add a collaborator to the document. That was awesome.
Yes, yeah. And I think right now, just because we're rolling it out to teachers, I have that in the presentation.
Awesome.
Yeah, so in the presentation, if you go back, access the presentation, and you'll see all the granular parts of it
The
all.
only other thing that I had asked was I remembered, because when Dr. James and Dr. Clement and myself